It's 10 o'clock in the morning across the Ukrainian fields, and we're bringing you the latest updates from the front lines. Let's start our news report with a story about 6 Russian soldiers. They were traveling on quad bikes, trying to attack Ukrainian army positions. Sadly, there weren't many attack drones available in that area at that moment, so the drone operators could only target one of the quad bikes. The first try didn't work as planned. Because of this, the drone flew around in a circle and came back for another attempt. Then, using a different drone, they confirmed that the mission was completed successfully. This shows how drone operators must sometimes make multiple attempts to achieve their goals. Now let's move to the next story from Pokrovsk, where intense fighting is happening right now. A Russian soldier tried to run away from danger, but he had no chance of escaping. The drone tracked his every movement. In another scene, we see a destroyed house with a soldier hiding in one corner. The video starts with a beautiful sunset in the background and ends with an even more impressive scene. The contrast between the peaceful sunset and the war happening below is quite striking. In this footage, 2 people are sitting underneath a tree. After the first strike hits them, one person collapsed. After the second strike, both of them fell down together. The tree provided no real protection from the attack coming from above. This place used to be someone's home where families lived. But now, Russian soldiers have taken it over as their hiding spot, and they have been taken out. These soldiers try to hide anywhere they possibly can. However, most of the time they can't stay hidden because Ukrainian drone pilots keep finding them one by one, no matter where they hide. Every possible hiding spot is being watched carefully by the drone operators who work day and night. Now we're showing you how drones work in the sky against Russian unmanned aircraft. These enemy drones are either looking for information or trying to attack. Using their observation equipment, the pilots saw another Russian soldier sitting in this specific landing area. The attack drone slowly moves closer and hits the target with perfect accuracy. A drone is flying above a destroyed building. The pilot sees 4 Russian soldiers who thought they could hide inside this building. But they made a big mistake. They didn't think about attacks coming from above. Plus, the building has no roof anymore, so this broken down house became their final resting place. They underestimated the power of aerial surveillance and paid the ultimate price for that mistake. The drone couldn't get inside on its first try. But then it went higher up in the air, and the pilot spotted a soldier sitting in the corner, waiting for this attack drone to arrive. The soldier knew what was coming but had nowhere else to go. Moving forward, you can see a Russian cannon that was hidden very well using camouflage. They really tried hard to keep it secret, but since there are almost no trees in the surrounding area, Ukrainian drone pilots found it anyway. The lack of natural cover in this area made it nearly impossible to hide such large equipment effectively. Here we see Russian motorcycles that can't move anymore. They were left behind by soldiers who were supposed to ride them into combat, but those soldiers probably got too scared and just ran away, leaving the motorcycles behind. These abandoned vehicles now serve as evidence of failed assault attempts. And here's a Russian attack drone waiting quietly for its target. Luckily, it was destroyed in time and can't hurt anyone anymore. Quick action by Ukrainian forces prevented this drone from causing any damage. Here's another one just like it, like a mosquito waiting for the right moment to strike, except this one is much more dangerous than any mosquito could ever be. These small flying weapons pose a constant threat to soldiers on the ground. These next clips are quite rare and special. Russian troops made a terrible mistake by gathering together at one single location. Soon after they received their first strike, this made them panic and run in all different directions. But that was another big mistake on their part, because now the drones could chase and hunt each person separately, one at a time. Scattering made them easier targets rather than safer. Another target was successfully hit. They all kept running further away to find safety. There was a defensive trench close by, probably one that belonged to them. But hiding in trenches couldn't keep them safe, so they got hit once more. Even underground positions offer limited protection against modern drone attacks. The observation drone kept doing its job, finding enemy targets one after another without stopping. Some soldiers managed to find other hiding places like thick bushes or abandoned houses. But in the end, every single one of them was discovered. The drone operators showed incredible patience and skill in tracking each target. After destroying a large number of targets, the pilots kept watching the area carefully. They identified which targets were destroyed and also attacked new ones that appeared. In total, 7 targets were completely destroyed, and 3 others were damaged. This represents significant losses for the enemy forces in just one operation. Next up, you'll see how the 63rd Brigade of the Ukrainian Army, also known as Steel Alliance, does their work. In just one single day, they managed to take out 30 enemy targets. All of this was done using attack drones. This demonstrates the effectiveness of drone warfare in modern combat situations. Some soldiers try running away as fast as they can, but there isn't enough time to escape. Some try shooting down the drone, but it moves too quickly and is too small to hit. Some simply stay still and hide, hoping the pilot won't notice them. But in most situations, everyone who comes face to face with a drone ends up with the same result. The drones have proven to be highly effective weapons. These soldiers decided not to move at all, pretending to be knocked out or unconscious. They hoped this would make them less visible to the thermal cameras. And now watch this rare footage as a Russian soldier begs in front of an FPV drone. He doesn't realize that if he tries to fight Ukraine with blind hatred, there will be nothing left. Ukraine will not compromise. And finally, here are a few more clips showing the destruction of Russian vehicles, both light transport and armored ones that were carrying supplies and equipment. These vehicles are essential for moving troops and supplies to the front lines, so their destruction significantly impacts enemy operations. When these transport vehicles are destroyed, it creates major problems for the enemy forces. Without working vehicles, soldiers on the front lines cannot receive food, water, ammunition, or medical supplies. This means they become weaker and less able to fight effectively. The destruction of armored vehicles is especially important because these are harder to replace and cost much more money. Each vehicle that gets destroyed forces the enemy to spend time and resources to bring in replacements, which slows down their entire military operation. The loss of logistics vehicles also means that wounded soldiers cannot be evacuated quickly from dangerous areas. This affects the morale of troops because they know help might not reach them in time if they get injured. Supply lines are the backbone of any military operation. And when these lines are broken, it becomes very difficult for an army to continue fighting effectively. Ukrainian drone operators specifically target these supply vehicles because destroying them has a ripple effect across the entire enemy operation. One destroyed truck might seem small, but it could have been carrying enough supplies for hundreds of soldiers. Without those supplies, those soldiers cannot perform their duties properly. This strategy of targeting logistics is proving to be highly effective in weakening enemy capabilities without engaging in direct ground combat. The footage you're seeing represents countless hours of careful surveillance and precise strikes. Each successful hit on a supply vehicle means fewer resources reaching enemy positions, which gradually weakens their ability to maintain offensive operations or even defend their current positions effectively. That's all for today's report. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get the latest military updates as soon as they're available. Thanks for watching, and stay informed.